Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Christian Powers, of Charlotte Football. How's it going?
I'm pretty good. Thanks for having me again.
No problem. So going into this week, we're hard to believe we're already in week 5 of the season. I know last week was last week, but onward we go and getting ready for Ionia. What's that going to be like? What's that going to be like heading in?
We just gotta go harder in practice. That's it. I don't know. We just gotta come with effort instead of being laid back.
Okay. So going into this week, I know obviously 3-1 on the year still can control a lot of things.
hmm
Obviously, last week was last week, but heading into this week, what do you guys feel like you guys need to do heading into this game with Ionia?
We just gotta bring everything we have. We can't leave anything back behind us because last week we came in with nothing, and this week we need to come in with everything. It's gotta be our get back week right here.
Okay. So going in, so these past few games, really just kind of talk about how you've kind of fit in, because I know that you and Ben are kind of, splitting time and stuff. How's that, really, how's that been going?
This is going pretty good. We work really well together when I'm at quarterback and he's at wide receiver, or he's in a quarterback and I'm out. It's just we still have a connection, even though it's a competition, but it still makes us both better. And it's just we're still really good together when we play on the field together.
Yeah. So going into that, how have you felt like, so since we talked to you before the season started,
hmm
these past 4 games, what have you seen improvement out of in, passing, being out there as a wide receiver and all that?
Um, I've improved on like reading my keys. Usually, I like a lot of people do it where they just think of one person and they look right on and they just steer the guy down. But in the last couple of weeks, I've actually like been able to scan the field a lot better because I've instead of I like read the field. Usually, I have blinders on. I'm looking straight at the center, but now I've gotten to the point where I actually look around. I actually scan the field pre-snap instead of just going straight into you know blind mode.
Yeah. So I know that being a QB is, just a lot of responsibility. How do you like manage when during tough times to to keep going and and stay up and stay positive and all that?
Well, you always got to be a leader when you're at the quarterback position. And so when my team's down, I'm always yelling at them to say, "Hey, let's go. The game's not over yet." Like against LCC, we were down at halftime after being up 15-0, and I was telling them we got this game. We still have a half football to go. Last year we were down by 13 at halftime, so we can come back from anything. And they believed it. I believed it. We came back and won that game, and it was a great feeling.
Yeah. To know and to have you have those wins early on,
Mm.
leading into these next few weeks, what what kind of confidence does that bring after heading in, because you know what it's like to be on the highest of highs, you also know what it's like to be on the
hmm
lowest of lows. How does that kind of propel you guys in these next few weeks? Because of course you got Ionia, you got Olivet, of course, of course Portland as well, and then you got Eaton Rapids and Fowlerville to finish out the regular season.
hmm I think we're feeling pretty confident, but at the same time, we're at, like you said, the lowest of low. Well, we're not the lowest of low, but we're at that point where we need. There's only up. We're at rock bottom. We can only go up from here, so we got to go our hardest and just believe in ourselves and believe that last week was a fluke by us, and we just got to get better.
Okay. Um, and overall, what are some things that you're kind of still looking at to improve at in your playing ability, just you yourself, to kind of help your team out?
Um, to not lock onto one guy and actually look like sometimes if it's like a rollout pass, I'll
Yeah.
lock onto one guy and then I'll throw it to that guy instead of looking to a deep guy or another guy, or reading my like on an option play. I'll read the wrong guy and I'll pull it and I'll get a loss. I just got to get better at the mental part of the game sometimes too.
All right. Um, all right. Well, Christian, thanks so much for popping on here, and
Hmm.
best of luck best of luck this week against Ionia. We'll have you on again sometime.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.